past, I've heard it said, is another country. But for me, all my life, even the present has always been another country. No matter where I went, where I lived, I never felt at home. When I was younger, I thought it might just be the wanderlust of the young, the desire to seek out new places and new experiences. But no, to be honest, all through my teens and 20s, no matter where I was, I would look in the mirror and watch with incomprehension and fear the face that looked back at me. I knew it sounded crazy, but whoever it was, I knew deeply it wasn't me. And then there were the dreams. Dreams. It's such a pale word to describe how, almost nightly, my body was buffeted by the vivid turbulence of my mind. In my flesh and bones, I felt myself being sucked into a manifold space of searing energy and palpable streams of color. But they always ended with me lying face down on a desolate ocean shore. And it was the image of this shoreline which became my obsession. As an artist, I began to paint it over and over, sometimes with mysterious figures, but mostly just the place itself in all its hard and forlorn beauty. To my surprise, galleries and collectors liked these paintings too, and it was during an opening in a small gallery in Vermont that a woman walked up to me and said, "I have never seen anyone catch the atmosphere of Nazca Beach the way you do." I felt the entire room waver and fall away. The image from my dreams was an actual, real place, an isolated spot on the Oregon coast, according to the woman. A week later, I had crammed everything I owned into my car, driven 3,000 miles, and moved there. I have been there ever since. From the day I arrived, the dreams, if anything, became more intense, and I had a compulsion to spend much of my waking hours on the beach, no matter what the weather. I felt an urgency to paint, right there on the shore, with the wind blowing sand, the spindrift whipping my face, my canvases spattered by rain. But more than anything, I always had the uncanny feeling of being watched, even though mostly the part of the shoreline where I painted or walked or sat never had anyone else around. I would look all about. I would stare into the dunes. I would glare at undulations of fog. Nothing. Nobody. Sometimes when walking, I thought I could feel the presence of someone else right behind me. I would stop suddenly and turn around. Nobody. But those feelings never dissipated. And I lived with them for years, so many years. And then it happened. Just happened. Like the fulfillment of an expectation I couldn't articulate but was always there. And it was simple. Out of nowhere, I saw a woman striding purposefully towards me on the beach. She smiled as if she knew me and simply handed me a shimmering spherical object. "It has been so long," she said, so long, and she gestured for me to look into the sphere. My true world opened for me. That was the first time I knew